What threat was so terrifying even you got scared for the bad guy? Swimming at the YMCA on Tuesdays was the best part of my week because underwater everything finally made sense. My brain usually feels like a computer with too many programs running, but in the pool it all goes quiet. My sister usually came with me, but she had to stay at work that day, so I went alone. Being autistic means I need things to stay the same, and luckily nothing at the pool ever changed. I always swim 50 laps in exactly 90 minutes, then shower in the last stall farthest from the hand dryers that sound like jet engines to me. After my shower, I went to locker 47 in the corner, and I was drying off when a camera flash went off right in front of me. A man in fancy gym clothes was holding his phone up and smiling in a way that made my stomach feel wrong. When I tried to grab my towel, he grabbed my wrist hard and pulled me closer. His phone screen showed pictures of me that he'd been taking without me knowing, and I wanted to ask what he was doing, but words disappear when I'm scared. All I could do was make scared noises while his cologne made me dizzy, and he whispered that his private Telegram group paid $5,000 for videos of boys like me. I tried to pull away, but he squeezed harder and said if I didn't drop my towel and let him film, he would send his subscribers my home address because they liked meeting boys like me in person, even more than watching videos. My brain got stuck on the word help, and I started yelling it over and over. When he put his hand over my mouth, the smell of protein powder mixed with something sour made me bite down as hard as I could. Blood filled my mouth, tasting like pennies, making me scream louder while he cursed. He raised his phone, saying he was going to make me famous in all the worst ways, but then the locker room door slammed open so hard it broke something. The biggest man I'd ever seen charged in wearing only tiny gym shorts, looking angrier than anyone I'd seen outside of movies. Dimitri was taller than the doorway with muscles everywhere and scary tattoos, but his face when he saw what was happening was scarier than any tattoo. He crossed the room impossibly fast and picked up the predator with one hand around his neck, lifting him like groceries, except groceries don't turn purple and make choking sounds. While the man's feet kicked around looking for floor, Dimitri spoke in a voice so calm it was more terrifying than shouting. Listen carefully because I'll only explain this once, you piece of garbage wearing human skin badly enough to fool nobody with working eyes or a functioning soul in their pathetic body. The predator's face kept getting more purple while I scrambled to get dressed. I've done 2 stretches in maximum security, and both times I made sure to find the child predators because even murderers like me have standards about who deserves to keep breathing and who needs to be turned into a cautionary tale that guards whisper about for decades afterwards. The man tried to speak but couldn't with Dimitri's hand crushing his windpipe. Delete every single photo and video on that phone right now while I watch, or I'll show you exactly what we did to the last pedophile who thought prison walls would keep him safe from people like me, who have nothing left to lose and enjoy making examples out of human trash. The predator's shaking fingers fumbled with his phone, while Dimitri held him against the wall, and I watched him delete everything while making whimpering sounds. My hands were still trembling as I finished getting dressed, and I kept checking to make sure all my clothes were on right because my brain wasn't working properly. Dimitri took the phone and smashed it against the tile floor until it was just plastic pieces. While we waited for police, Dimitri made phone calls to people with names like Big Mike and Crusher, casually mentioning his friends inside were expecting a new arrival who liked taking pictures of kids. The predator started crying and begging Dimitri not to tell anyone in prison, but Dimitri just smiled and said the guards would make sure everyone knew within his first hour. I sat on the bench holding my backpack and trying to remember how to breathe normally, while Dimitri asked if I was okay every few minutes without making me answer if I couldn't. After they took him away, they found hundreds of bad pictures on his cloud storage, and he got 25 years in prison. Now Dimitri comes to swim every Tuesday in the lane next to mine, never making me talk if I don't want to, but always making sure I get to my car safe.